Okay, it looks like capture edge does work. Okay, so here we go. The civilizations are Turkish. Okay. So it can be interesting to see what's going to be the strategy of Snake as Turkish. I know that as Aztec, for example, it would go for fast castle and eagles. Turkish is maybe an interesting civilization to attempt a fast castle too, because it doesn't have elite skirmishers. It does have some bonus with gold. I don't know. And the AIs are pretty close with each other. It can be a problem to find its opponent, depending on the way it explores the opponent. In this group, Snake was clearly dominating its wall opponent. It's one of the 4 AIs which can finish the qualification stage without having been defeated. It does actually have 6 victories in 6 games. 3 more AIs are in this situation: Anti-Tribal, Thermopylae and Rage. I think there is not anyone else. So this game is more a showcase than anything else, because Snake is already qualified for the final stage. It will join Tribal Warrior and Viper, while CPS Alexander is already eliminated. In fact, Meleon managed to win in its previous set. So we've got already Chameleon, I mean. Yep, Chameleon already qualified for the round 2 of the qualification stage. It defeated Alfie 2-1. I know that sometimes Alexander can attempt a fast castle. So we can have some surprises in this game. Okay, let's say that the second lumbercamp should be a real help for Alexander. The first one was really exposed to the enemy. And okay, Snake did find its opponent. The exploration was fine. And okay, same for CPS Alexander. The feudal age time are pretty late for both of them, so we definitely can expect a fast castle. Well, when you see how close were the deals from the mill, it's a shame the villager not taking account those deals. Okay, so let's see. Oh, outer ran for red. And it's really far from getting the food required. to Fast Castle, so in fact it's already trying some skirmishers and spearmen. And Snake is probably, yes, it does go for a Fast Castle with knights. That may work, of course. Alexander will need to train a lot of spearmen. Okay, the speed was normal, I made it fast speed. We've got a lot of games to watch tonight. Okay, let's see what's going on with the first assault. Well, it wasn't very effective. Well, the unit is just crossing the villagers to attack the TC. And the kill ratio is just terrible for CPS Alexander. 1 kill, 17 loss, 21 now. And it already does have scalbarding. Okay, the second lumber combat is really far from the TC. Okay, let's see what is gonna happen. Snake looks kind of passive actually. There is here an opportunity for Alexander to research castle, but it won't go for pikemen, of course, as Turkish. Okay, one stable. It could be a good idea to go for camels. Well, crossbows. The crossbows probably won't work because Snake has already 25 military population and most of them are knights, or maybe the wall are knights. I don't see spearmen. Okay, that's a good point from CPS Alexander. It goes for camels. That is a very good option. Maybe forcing Snake to go camels too. But it needs a lot of more camels. Well, in fact, Blue has too many knights at this point. And the whole army of Alexander is already killed. Okay, I'm pretty sure that the sound of the game was too high. Sorry about this. It's now decreased, so it might be better for you. It looks to be already GG. It was a fast game. And Snake just showed that it deserved its first position in this group. 90 population versus 22. Red doesn't have any military population except one unit. So the key in this game was, of course, the strategy. Fast Castle did win perfectly against CPS Alexander, which has critical lack of retreat rules against the TC, which was the target of the units, which crossed the villagers instead of killing them. So CPS Alexander was just punished against Snake. There was no match. And CPS Alexander doesn't have decent retreat rules, so I will not have to close the game by myself. 1-0. Let's go for the 4 versus 4. Okay, score new 1-0. Okay, let's go for the second game. Shut up please, green. Okay. So the civilizations are Teutonic, Mayan, Breton and Spanish. Mayan pocket for Snake and Breton. So I'm pretty sure that Snake is gonna go for Eagles Warriors in Castle Age, exactly like it does when it's flank. As Breton, I guess it will go for Knights. That can be interesting to see what it's gonna do as Spanish. Maybe one more fast castle like it did as Turkish. And I have to admit that I don't know pretty well CPS Alexander. So if you guys have informations about Alexander in team games, let me know. Well, I hope that Alexander does have good strategies as pocket and some fast castle strategies as flank. Just because I don't wanna see once again those spearmen and skirmishers being dead under the enemy's TC once again. Okay, green has flank, has a lot of food already. Oh, he's going for men at arms. Interesting. It looks like Snake has a lot of strategies. Now let's see if it's gonna use its army. And at the meantime, what's going on with... okay, who is Steel? Interesting, it goes for crossbows as Mayan. I thought that it would go for eagles, but not. I was wrong. Many AIs like to go for crossbows as Mayan pocket, like Dedrick and the Horde if I'm right, and probably some more. Okay, so as Teutonic, Snake just went for a fast castle and knights, and let's see if green did find its closest enemy. It's actually going in the wrong direction, targeting purple I guess. Purple, is it prepared? Well, that can be a problem for purple, which goes for eagles, and we know that Men-at-Arms can do something against eagles. Okay, it's not targeting purple, it's targeting the opposite flank, which is the Spanish, which does have actually some knights. So that's nice to see that as flank Alexander can go for fast castle as Spanish. But already so many crossbows from Teal, which is playing like Rage would do, or like Strongbow would do. And yellow can do absolutely nothing, it's 1 versus 3. Oh, interesting point, gray is actually slinging. I didn't notice it, so it's slinging blue player, which is a Teutonic. Interesting. It explains why blue went for fast castle instead of feudal rush. It makes sense. And the whole CPS Alexander team is actually targeting the same opponent. Teal player. We've got orange, we've got red, we've got purple. And it's actually working quite fine. Teal is having less than 40 population. At the meantime, yellow is dead, 9 population. So many towers from blue, from teal, from green. Well, it's weird to see a Spanish green going for cavalry archers, which became its main unit after the militias. And for being slung, blue does have already a big army, which is probably impossible to counter for CPS Alexander. Okay, blue does have men-at-arms, archers, well, I mean crossbows, knights, pikemen. He does have almost everything. Yellow is one population. Probably that one villagers with low HP which is inside of this TC. And now the attacks are coming from everywhere. Green is actually eventually attacking its closest enemy. Blue and green too are attacking orange, helped in this by teal. We are approaching the 40 minutes and none of the AIs is actually in Imperial Age. Well, for some reasons purple resigned before yellow. Well, man, it's 2-0. At least I think that this set is really unbalanced, as you can see. It's probably not the most interesting set, but it's the opportunity to see an all AI CPS Alexander to play. Okay, so let's go for the last game. I hope that electricity is gonna be around in a few minutes, because his two AIs are gonna play soon. And Minivalk probably needs his author to support him, because the game is probably gonna be pretty hard. It plays against Demon. Celt plus Japanese. So let's bet what can happen in this game. Maybe Alexander can attack the same opponent. It can be an opportunity for Alexander to do something in this game. What makes me scared is the fact that the units are attracted to the enemy's TC. That's the main issue of CPS Alexander in its early attacks. In the opposite side, we saw that sometimes Snake can sling. So maybe we could see one snake slinging the other one. That could be funny to watch. Yes, I'm pretty sure that Snake is gonna be undefeated in this qualification stage. It would be the first one in this season 5. So please, Alexander, attempt a fast castle. Well, there is absolutely no forest in the back. Red has a terrible map. His main forest is really exposed. And unfortunately, yellow chose to build its lumber camp in the exposed forest, while the first lumber camp was just a failure. Well, I have to say that Snake has overall a better map. Okay, blue does build one outer range and one blacksmith. It is researching wheelbarrow. It does have almost the resource to reach castle edge as soon as possible. So it's gonna be a fast castle for blue, with archers trained during the transition. And okay, green goes for men at arms, like blue did in the previous game. This time it found its closest enemy, and that's gonna hurt a lot, I guess. Yeah, preventing yellow to get the wood from its lumber camp. Okay, the units are lost, but it killed few villagers, so let's say that this first assault was a success for green, already taking a clear advantage. Well, the gathering system is just fucked actually for yellow. The proof is this villager going for on stone, just because villagers can't have access to the forest. And as expected, we've got blue with its crossbows. The good point is this time CPS Alexander went for fast castle. Blue does have interesting knights, but blue has already a lot of crossbows. It shouldn't be that hard. Okay, interesting. Red goes for green, which is probably at this point the best option. Green does have the good reaction, training spearmen. It's not too far from researching Castle Age. And it looks like blue don't want yellow to recover after the first assault from green. That might work. Yellow never tried to build a new lumber camp, which could have been a safe option. Okay, interesting to see blue which switch its target. And it's actually attacking from the both sides of red. And Snake is definitely very aggressive, guys. Look at this, it does have one TC only after 30 minutes of the game. And blue, which went for a fast castle. It's just training crossbow from 4 archer range. Cool, those crossbows are really annoying, making the wall villagers idle. The game is over. Less than 15 population for red now. Good job, Snake, you did it. 9 points in 9 games.